Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of ours, and we're really getting into it now. A lot of videos coming in the next week, so keep an eye on them and keep an eye on the most recent videos as well. Please subscribe to the channel. That would also be absolutely fantastic. Also guys, if you're interested in the Fantasy League of Ireland, I'll put the details in the description of the video. I'll put the link there basically. I'm going to put the code for Irish Footy Vlogs in the description as well. So if you want to join my league within the Fantasy League of Ireland, you can do that. Onto the video. So yeah, the top 10 signings in my opinion in the Premier Division going into 2026. There's no loanees in this. So anyone who's brought in a player, I'll give you an example. Josh Thomas on loan from Derry City, or to Derry City, I should say, from Swansea City. He's not going to be in the list. So all of these are permanent signings. Also, I've kind of ranked them in what I see, not necessarily these are the top 10 best actual players, but in terms of the importance, I think, to their clubs, I think that's something I've kind of looked at. We'll get into it. At number 10, I've got Ronan Boyce, who signed from St. Patrick's Athletic from Derry City. Now, I know a lot of Derry City fans were disappointed that Ronan left the club. Derry have made an awful lot of good signs, and one or two maybe in this list, or maybe not in this list. But St. Patrick's Athletic were on the look for a right back, and Boyce can play right back and right wing back, so be interested to see what system Pats go with, because I know they've played three at the back in a couple of games in pre-season, but also they've played kind of a 4-3-3 type formation as well. So interesting to see if they're going to develop that or change that around. But Boyce is a very good defender, first of all. Defensively, very, very strong. Work ethic, attitude, absolutely fantastic. And I think for St. Patrick's Athletic, he's definitely an upgrade in what they had at right back. So number 10 of Ronan Boyce, St. Patrick's Athletic. Number 9 of Enda Stevens of Shamrock Rovers. And Enda will just give them more experience in the back line. He's likely to play when he plays in the back three, I feel. They've got Lee Grace there, they've Dan Cleary there, Corey O'Sullivan, and now Enda Stevens. So he's going to be very important. He's going to give them a lot of experience. As I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to play in the back three on the left-hand side, but they'll probably rotate a little bit their centre-backs, Shamrock Rovers. But an astute signing, but Shamrock Rovers was obviously at the club before. Bags of international experience, Premier League experience, Championship experience. So for me, Enda Stevens to Shamrock Rovers, number 9. And number 8 is another right back. And personally delighted to see him back. I interviewed him when he was at Waterford FC, and that's Dara Power. Dara Power has joined the Gypsies, Bohemians, for the season from Cheltenham. I think it's a very good sign. Again, Dara, like Ronan Boyce in a way, can play right back and right wing back. Bows are likely, again, Bows could well go to a back three. They've played a lot of their games in pre-season where they've played a back three. Patrick Hickey, who started his career in Ireland at Athlone Town, started off as a central defender. I believe he's going to be playing as a central defender for Bows in the back three. So Power, he can also play left, by the way. Played a lot for Waterford on the left as well, but very good going forward in particular. Good energy. I think he's an excellent signing for Bows. Bows have been crying out for what they would call a genuine right back for a long time, and they certainly have it now. Really, really good sign. Delighted to see Dara Power back in the league. Dara Power comes in at number 8. Number 7, I've got Patrick McLean of Derry City. Now, Patrick is obviously from Derry. He's James McLean's brother. He was brilliant in that second half of the season for Sligo Rovers, really led by example, showed great leadership at the back, gave them a bit of toughness, I thought, that they were lacking up to that point, and really helped them. Was a massive feature for them and reason why they ultimately stayed up. At a point where, before he came in, they looked like they were in a lot of trouble, really steadied the ship. A danger for set pieces as well. I think he definitely brings a lot to that Derry City backline, and I think he's an excellent sign. And Patrick McLean at number 7. Now, number 6, we've got Odhran Casey. Now, he's the only player in this list factually, that I've never seen play. He's coming from Cliftonville. The reason why he's in the list is simply his price. Shelbourne made a real statement by paying 100 grand, a record in this league for a player, and a player that has performed very well up north with Cliftonville. talking to quite a few people about him. A real leader, even though he's still very, very young. Be interesting to see if he can translate that into the Premier Division. It can be difficult coming from the Irish League into the Premier Division in the League of Ireland, as the standard is stronger. But if Shelbourne paying 100 grand, they must believe that they have a player here. If he comes in and is good as people say, is up north and translates that to the League of Ireland, I think him and Paddy Barr in particular at the back could be fantastic. Shell's likely still to play three at the back, but them two are going to play, aren't they? So really interesting one to watch. So even though I haven't seen him play, I think I had to have him. I definitely had to have him in the list, and definitely one I'd be watching with a lot of intrigue. Odhran Casey to Shelbourne, number 6. Now into the top 5, and at 5 I've got Mark Doyle of Drogheda United. Mark Doyle's been playing the United States for the last number of years. Brilliant player for Drogheda United when he was there before. Moved to St Patrick's Athletic, scored some important goals for St Patrick's Athletic. The thing I like about Mark Doyle, first of all, it's a great signing for Drogheda to get him back, and this time he's coming into a full-time setup, which wasn't the case when he was last at Drogheda United. But more mature now as a player. A player that can play in a number of positions and a number of roles. He'll understand the way Drogheda play fully under Kevin Doherty, there's no doubt about it. He can play as a winger, straight up winger. He can play as a second striker. He can play as a number 10, and he can play in a system whereby Drogheda sometimes play with 2 10s and behind a striker. Very adaptable player, very clever in around the box. Great attitude, very good header of the ball actually. Something that people probably don't give him maybe credit for, but his timing and movement in the box is really, really good. And I think he'll add goals to the team no matter what position he plays in, which would be crucial for Drogheda United going forward. Really, really good sign. Again, delighted to see Mark Doyle back in the league. Mark Doyle to Drogheda United, number 5. Yeah, number 4, I've got Danny Mullen of Dundalk FC in this list. I think he's a really shrewd and a very important signing for Dundalk. Dundalk, of course, are only after coming up from the first division. To get someone in of his profile, age, experience is fantastic. Anytime he played for Derry, he was never in every week for Derry, but he always felt he could score, and he did score goals for Derry City. I think coming into Dundalk, a team that's only come up, it's a very, very important signing. I imagine Owen Kenny will play just in behind them. And I think them two are going to be a major threat for Dundalk this season. Really, really good sign. I can see him scoring. We talk about top scorers in the league, and not many teams, or players I should say, have been scoring, say, 15 goals plus. But if he can stay fit, he could well be on penalties as well. I'm not too sure about that, but he could be on penalties as well. But you could see him definitely getting 10 goals. And, you know, with Kenny, I could see him scoring goals as well. They could get 20 goals between them, I think, easily. It could be massive for Dundalk. That could be enough to keep them in the division, or maybe even do better than that. And I think that's why I have Danny Mullen so high in the list. I think he could really give Dundalk a lot of firepower. Danny Mullen comes in at number 4. And number 3, I've got Conan Noonan of Waterford FC. What a coup that was for Waterford, I have to say. Unbelievable coup. I thought he might stay at Rovers, to be honest, for another season. He had a year left in his contract. Waterford paid a fee to Rovers to get this over the line as well. It's a brilliant signing. A number of clubs were after him as well. Other clubs were after him as well. Still only young, 22 years of age. Was brilliant for Waterford last season. Creative, can score goals, good from set pieces, and has got great energy. Work rate off the ball is fantastic too. I think most Waterford fans would have felt when the season was up, they'd no chance of actually signing him on a permanent basis. So it's an unbelievable sign. Clearly, from Conan's point of view, enjoyed his time greatly down in Waterford as well. So really interesting to see. I was going to say, can he kick on? But even if he has a similar season to he had at Waterford last season, that's brilliant. It's a fantastic season for him. And player I really enjoy watch playing, and a massive coup, as I said, for Waterford. Brilliant signing. Conan Noonan to Waterford at number 3. Now, number 2 of James Clarke to Derry City. James, excellent player, can play in a number of positions as well. Very good ball carrier. Real threat in front of goal. Creative, causes a lot of issues. Can play up front. Can play as a 10. Can play if Derry decide to play with a system with 2 10s, for example, maybe him and Duffy. That could be mouth-watering to a Derry fan, to be fair. And I believe he'll kick on. Strange at times at Bows. At times, Rennie wasn't playing him. On the last day of the season, he was influential in getting Bows into Europe, by the way. He was man of the match in that win up in Drogheda, which ultimately got the Gypsies into Europe. And now, I think he feels like he can kick on his career and play for a team that are set to challenge for the title. A really, really good signing for Derry City. Could even improve in this particular team, I think. Really looking forward to seeing James Clarke play for Derry this season. A very, very good player. James Clarke, number 2. One, for me, it had to be James McLean at Derry City because the importance of the signing. First of all, it's a statement sign. Second of all, James is coming back to his hometown, Derry City. He's going to be a real drive there. Thirdly, he's still fit. He's still capable of playing games in the Championship at Wrexham. I think he'll play centre midfield, personally, for Derry City. Let me know what you think in the comments where you think he may play. I think he'll play centre midfield, actually. Looking at Derry City, I know they've signed a couple of players in a number of positions. Olienka's come in as well, centre midfield of Winchester and O'Reilly, but I think McLean will probably play there. Either way, he's going to be highly influential. Someone with his experience, over 100 caps for the Republic of Ireland, says it all, Premier League experience, but also, as I said, this isn't a player that's completely finished and is coming home. He was playing games in the Championship, not playing every week, but he was getting games in the Championship at Wrexham. The Championship is a high level. And very fit player, even at his age. He's extremely fit. And what he'll do to that dressing room is going to be massive, I feel, for Derry City. He's going to make the job of Tiernan Lynch much easier, to be honest, I think. Players will look up to him as well. He'll raise standards. If anyone's slacking, he'll call them immediately on it. And that's what I mean by the job being easier for Tiernan Lynch. I think it's a fantastic sign for the league also. An unbelievable sign for the league. Brilliant to see. We just lost Duff, essentially, didn't we, as well? So someone of James McLean's profile is absolutely brilliant. Top man as well. And have James McLean to Derry City at number 1. So guys, that's it. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. Give me a top 5. And let me know, because there's a number of players that aren't in the list that could well prove to be good, very good signs, and who I think are good signings. But if there's anyone not in the list that you like, let me know also. And once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye bye.